Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for the FA Cup Round 1. Mansfield Town versus Wrexham AFC, and Wrexham win 2-1 in a SOGFest. The pitch was a mess. But boys dug in. Parkinson, sidelines, had them all G'd up. It was a great win. All right, we're going to walk through it. We'll talk about the game, talk about the goals, talk about the lineup, talk about what's going to come next for Wrexham and about their round 2 draw, which will be Yeovil Town away December 2nd. So National League side coming up to the race course. So, yeah, we'll talk about them. They beat Gateshead yesterday 3-2. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's get into it. All right, yesterday, Saturday, late game, 7:45 kickoff, 12:45 kickoff here in Los Angeles. So it was good to have a midday game, and thank you everyone for joining the watch along. Enjoyed it. It was a fun one. So we'll be doing more of that. Anyways, let's get into it. So Parkinson at the beginning of the match in his interview said he really wanted to go for it, and he did with his lineup, and he went with a very, very strong lineup. Let's talk about it. And don't forget, we have injuries we need to address. He went 5-3-2. He had Okonkwo, Ford. Anthony Ford came in on the right side for Barnett, and Mendy came in later for him. So Okonkwo, Anthony Ford, James McLean, Thomas O'Connor, Ben Tozer, George Evans, James Jones, Andrew Cannon, Elliot Lee, Paul Mullin, and Sam Dalby. Wow. Went strong. The bench was strong as well. I know, like I said, we do have injuries. We did pick up an injury, which we'll talk about during that game. Not great. We still have to wait and see what happens with that injury. And it was who went off injured yesterday? That's I probably should know. Andy Cannon. Yeah, Andy Cannon went off injured yesterday. So it's not good. But we'll briefly touch on that. And Nigel Clough went for a strong side as well. They were going for it. They didn't want to screw around. But the match, let's talk about that first half. We should have been up several goals, but thanks to their goalkeeper, fair play to their goalkeeper Christy Pym, who kept them in the match. That guy had a great game. For a guy, I think he's 6 foot. Listen, at 6 foot 150, made some incredible saves. We hit the bar, we hit the post, we hit every. It was amazing, and he made some really fantastic saves. We came out on the front foot. It was exactly what Parkinson wanted to do for the match, and we did. At that time, the pitch wasn't too bad, so we were getting the ball around. It was a cagey game. It was definitely a cagey game, but the opening goal came on the 23rd minute by Sam Dalby, and it was a rocket. I mean, absolute rocket, a stinger. Fantastic goal. It's good to see him on the scoring sheet. I had said personally, and you got to own it. I said, I don't know why he was starting him. I didn't think he had a good match the match before, but hey, swings and roundabouts, and he played fantastic. That's why I'm not the manager, just sitting here in a chair talking about football. So really, really great performance by Dalby. I thought him and Mullin up front really worked well together. Normally, that's either Fletcher or Palmer up front. But, hey, they're starting to click. I really, really enjoyed it. But, yeah, we could have really enjoyed watching them and watching the team grow. I thought George Evans was immense. In the midfield and in the back. I really that guy, to me, he's turning into my favorite player just because of his defensive capabilities and his passing range and just his poise. McLean was great on that left side, going up and down. Got stuck into some tackles. He's really becoming owning it too. Tozer was good. Elliot Lee had a quiet game for me, but he's always running around. He's never not going to give full effort. So, and Andy Cannon before he went off, it's unfortunate, but he had an impact injury, and you're going to see he's got to have a scan today as of 7:50 a.m. LA time, PST. He's got to go have a scan. So that's my understanding. That came from the manager. So we'll see what happens with him. At times it was hard to get the passage of play going because, later on in the match after the half, the pitch just was completely tore up. It was. And I know it had been pouring most of the day. In the chat, they were talking about it pouring in Nottinghamshire for most of the day. And it showed that pitch got sogged real fast, and it turned into a mud fest. It would look like at times a Sunday league game. Ball was kicked, and it would just stop dead. A couple throw-ins on the sideline there, ball would just stop. So you don't ever want to see a pitch do that because you can get injuries. And now, granted, Andy Cannon's injury was not because of that. He went full-on hard challenge there, and it was a late challenge, and it shouldn't. I don't know who was it. Kaylor Dunn No, it was Oates. I think Oates who scored the goal, but I also think was he the one that smashed him. So we'll see. But yeah, the pitch was sogged. It was bad, and then after that, that second goal by Mullin really separated the team for only 2 minutes because Oates did come back and score in the 60th minute. But that said, the two goals by Dalby and Mullin were class. Shows that Mullin is getting more familiar out there. I didn't think he was having the greatest game up until that point. He does give full effort, but I didn't think he was at the greatest game. But his goal was great. It's a fantastic goal. And after that, we really had to make some adjustments to be like, okay, we thought we were going to cruise. It was 2-0. Then that goal comes up. All right, got to dig in and let's go. But they stuck to the task, and it was a great away win. At the end of the day, match stats were in possession. Mansfield Town 52, 48 for us. Aerial duels 53% to 47%. 10 offside, 1-1 corners. We had 7, they had 5. It was a very even game. But like I said, we did stick to our task, and I thought Okonkwo was really great in goal as well. Some said that he was going to go with Howard. Glad he didn't. Okonkwo needs to stay. Okonkwo needs to stay in goal and be the number one keeper and make him love it because I want him to stay. For a guy at 22 years old, 6'5", he's really doing well. I really, really enjoy watching him. So that said, we're going through, and Parkins said respect the cup run, and we did, and we're going to go through, and we're going to go to round 2. We're in the draw, and we got Yeovil Town coming up. So Paul Mullin, he after the match, he said that he really felt good. I really felt good about the game and partnering up with Dalby, and he's so poised and talking afterwards. You really like to hear him just like supporting the club and supporting the traveling fans, which he made note of, and everybody. I didn't get the attendance yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up while we're doing this here. Attendance for Wrexham v Mansfield attendance. I wanted to see that attendance. Sorry here. So the one call stadium attendance said that's 6,158. 6,158. That's fantastic. Great. There were traveling supporters, and part of the stadium with the one call was shut off, so it's not even being used. So 60. That's a great number. It's a great number for a League Two FA Cup tie. So next is Yeovil Town. Like we said, that's going to be at the race course Saturday, December 2nd. Jake Hyde is going to come back. Jordan Maguire-Drew, the winger who played at Wrexham 18-19, had made 14 goals. 14 appearances, 3 goals. Let me slow down. He's going to be returning as well. Yeovil Town, as I mentioned, they beat Gateshead yesterday in a 3-2 win. They're top of the National League South. 14 games played, 32 points, 10 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. And they've scored 28 goals with 16 against. So it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a really good match. I know they're in the National League, but you never want to take that away. Anything can happen in the Cup, as you know. So hopefully we do that, and we can get through the next round, the third round, maybe get a big team in there and see what happens. But yeah, Yeovil Town, and next in the Cup. What's next for Wrexham? So it comes thick and fast, and there are Cup games and there are league games. So the next game is on Tuesday in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, which I think was the old Papa John's Trophy. That's Tuesday, November 7th. That is a home game against Port Vale. So Port Vale was just beaten Mansfield Town. So kind of trading there a little bit. So that's the next game on Tuesday. After that, back in the league, November 11th, Saturday against Gillingham. They're 9th, and that's a home game. Then away at the Wham Stadium, just wanted to say that. Accrington Stanley, they're in 7th place, League 2. That's another league game. That's the November 18th. And then Morecambe is another home game, Saturday, November 28th, and they're in 6th place in League 2. So those are tough games. These are above to mid table teams, and they're all coming for us because we got that target on our back, as we always do. Wrexham does, just because of obviously the documentary and everything. But we're looking forward to it. So those games will be there. We're going to do some. We'll do previews for them. Hopefully, we'll be able to do watch-alongs depending on times. The Tuesday games are tough, but we'll do our best. Again, thank you for joining yesterday. Yeah, we're going through. And that was a tough match. It was a tough match, but some great goals, some great defending. They gave man of the match to, I think they gave man of the match yesterday to James Jones. I would have went with Evans or Andy Cannon before he went off, but all right, that's what they say. It is a fantastic match to see. So up to town, more to come. That is your Wrexham reaction for FA Cup round 1. Wrexham beat Mansfield Town 2-1 in a really, really soggy match. All right, have a great Sunday.